For softball, if this is the first time here, we do have a concession stand. You follow the alley behind the home team's dugout, and it's just around the corner. Restrooms are located just beyond the concession stand. And now the introductions for the visiting Greenwood Woodmen, the non-starters. Number 22, Avery Cressig. Number 18, Caden Sanders. Number 1, Dare Gillis. Number 6, Kinsley Clark. And number 13, Brianna Miller. And now for their starting lineup. Batting first, number 27, pitching, Courtney Hankenhoff. Batting second, number 3, at second base, Sophie Markowitz. Batting third, number 5, at shortstop, Taylor Dick. Batting fourth, number 31, at third base, Emma Chisholm. Batting fifth, number 2, in right field, Haley Hendricks. Batting sixth, number 16, at first base, Kaylin Berger. Batting seventh, number 24, in center field, Nevaeh Elliott. Batting eighth, number 15, and catching, Nikki Wheatley. Batting ninth, number 23, the designated player, Isabella Blythe. And the flex player in left field, number 14, Brianna Pierce. The Woodmen are coached by Natalie Raker. And now for your starting lineup, actually the non-starters for the Artesian. Number 20, Emily Boo. Number 4, Maya Lewis. And number 7, Ave Scholl. The starting lineup, batting first, number 3, the shortstop, Holly Gallion. Batting second, number 1, in right field, Ava Ennis. Batting third, number 16, the designated player, Carson Pruitt. Batting fourth, number 19, and pitching, Addison Massey Deckard. Batting fifth, number 14 at third base, Chloe Huff. Batting sixth, number 2 at second base, Casey Lewis. Batting seventh, number 12 at first base, Elena Lambert. Batting eighth, number 9 in left field, Aubrey Shepard. Batting ninth, number 2 and catching, Ava Pemberton. And in center field, number 8, Jada Montgomery. The Artesians are coached by Kayla Britton. Now, if you please stand, remove your hats and honor this great nation with the playing of our national anthem. Unfortunately, our scoreboard has been damaged by the storm.
Oh, that's not good.
We will not have a scoreboard.
Okay, you ready to go?
I will try and let you know the score between these games.
Okay. Get ready to hit clear in 3, 2, It's a beautiful day for softball at Roden Field on the campus of Martinsville High School as the Martinsville Artesians at 4-4 on the campaign play host to the 2-4 Woodmen from Greenwood Community High School in a mid-state conference battle on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, IHSAA TV, and WREP 15 Sports. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eric Meyer, joined alongside by my broadcast partner, Maddox Dilley. And Maddox, the Artesians are set to take the field today for their 9th game in 9 days.
That's right. The Artesians actually played Greenwood last night and walked out with a win, 13-7. The Artesians pounded out 11 hits, and Chloe Huff picked up the win, striking out 5. On Monday, the Artesians lost to Class 4A, number 2 ranked Center Grove, 12-2. And this past weekend, they played 4 games at the Lady Brave Bash in Terre Haute and finished 2-2. They beat Franklin Central and West Vigo and lost to Sullivan and Castle.
Artesians sit at 2-1 in mid-state conference plays. We get set for pitch number 1. We'll get the lineup here in just a moment. The first pitch will find the strike zone. 0-1 the count to the leadoff hitter, Courtney Hankenhoff. Hankenhoff will be pitching in the circle today for the Lady Woodmen. Sophia Markowitz and Taylor Dick also due up here, top of the first frame from Roden Field on, like we said, just a gorgeous day for softball. And Hankenhoff rips that one right back up the middle, a leadoff single for the Woodman pitcher. So 1 on, nobody out. Top of the first frame here from
second baseman, Sophie Markowitz.
Roden Field. We'll get set again. It'll bring up Sophie Markowitz, the second baseman for the Woodmen. Pitching today for the Artesians, Addison Massey Deckard, the sophomore. First pitch a little bit low. 1-0 the count to the second baseman. Runner on first base for the Woodmen. The leadoff single by Courtney Hankenhoff, and we'll get our cameraman over on first base here in just a second on the runner. The next pitch to the right side gets through. Ava Ennis up with it, and back-to-back base knocks by the Woodmen have runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the first frame.
Now batting the shortstop, Taylor Dick.
Lead runner. He's got to get the runner on second right now. The runner on second. That'll bring up the shortstop, Taylor Dick. Steps in from the right side for the Lady Woodmen. That pitch right back to Addison Massey Deckard. She'll go on to first. Covering there for the Artesians is Elena Lambert. It's good enough to get the runners up 60 feet. So runners in second and third now as Dick will ground back to Deckard for the first out of the inning. So runners on second and third here for Greenwood, top of the first frame. And it'll bring up Emma Chisholm, the third baseman. We said the softball fast and furious here in the early going, and we haven't even had a chance to set the lineups, but we'll hopefully get to them. Here's that first pitch, misses on the outside and low, 1-0 the count. We said Addison Massey Deckard, the pitcher, 0-1 on the season for the Artesians. 11 innings pitched, has struck out 8. A little bit high, throwing to the backstop. Ava Pemberton, Elena Lambert at first, Pacey Lewis second, Chloe Huff, who picked up the win last night in the circle, playing third, Hallie Gallion, the shortstop, and the outfield from left to right, Aubrey Shepard, Jada Montgomery, and Ava Ennis, runner trying to come home. She is safe. So the wild pitch will allow Courtney Hankenhoff, the opposing pitcher, to come home, and Greenwood strikes here early. And Sophie Markowitz moves up to third base. So a lot of action here in the early going. Maddox Dilley, we're trying to catch up here. We got runners on base. He's got to be on the lead runner. Third base.
3-0 the count for Emma Churm. She will foul that one off.
So 3-1 now to Chisholm, the third baseman. And it'll be a walk. So Massey Deckard here in the early going, struggling just a little bit. Runners on the corners for Haley Hendricks, the right fielder. Hendricks just 211 on the season through stats of the 6 games. And we'll kind of keep an eye on Chisholm at first base. Probably will be moving at some point in time with second base open and a runner at third. Generally won't get the throw down to second. So we'll see what happens here, though, and what the Lady Woodmen want to do. Natalie Raker, the head coach. But right now they're kind of keeping Chisholm close. The storms that swept through here several weeks ago have knocked the power out to the scoreboard, so we're kind of at the mercy of the umpire and our own ability to keep track. That pitch into foul territory, and the right fielder, Ava Ennis, the freshman, can't quite get to it. Second baseman Pacey Lewis also gave it a look, but fouled back. Let's see if we can get the call from the umpire. I believe it's 1-2 now, the count. Now 2-2. Is that Billy Geiersbach that we have behind home plate tonight? I'm not sure. I'll have to check in between. 2-2 the offering now from Massey Deckard. Nice pitch that time, and be strikeout number 9 on the season for Deckard, but more importantly, out number 2. Now with the runner still at first base, you're probably not stealing with the 2 outs. That pitch that time on the outside part of the plate to Caitlin Berger. Strike 1. Berger just 167 on the campaign. That top half of the Greenwood order, according to head coach Kayla Britton, pretty tough. And you saw it there early on. They had 2 reach on leadoff singles, but it's that bottom half of the order that has hurt the Woodmen thus far this season. Also, they have struggled to field it. And we'll see if that comes into play as we progress here at Roden Field. Pitch tipped and fouled. So the Woodmen with back-to-back singles to lead off, then a ground out. A wild pitch allowed Courtney Hankenhoff to come across. You had a walk and then a strikeout is where we are right now with runners at the corners and 2 away, and Greenwood leading 1-0. Slow roller up with it, the third baseman Chloe Huff. The nice squeeze at first by Elena Lambert, and that will do it for the top of the first frame. The Woodmen, they get 1 run. They do it on 2 base hits. We'll head to the bottom of the first frame. Greenwood leading 1-0 over the Artesians.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Do that.
Back here at Roden Field for girls softball after a hectic top of the first inning. Up for the Artesians, number 3, Holly Gallion playing shortstop. Then it's number 1, Ava Ennis playing right field. After her, it's number 16, Carson Pruitt, DP. Then we have pitcher Addison Massey Deckard, number 19. Then it's number 14, Chloe Huff playing third. After that, it's number 5, Pacey Lewis playing second. Then number 12, Alana Lambert playing first. After that, it's number 9, Aubrey Shepard playing left. Following her is number 2, Ava Pemberton, the catcher. And last up is Ava Pemberton.
We'll set the field here for the Woodmen in just a moment. Pitch fouled back. Pitching for Greenwood tonight will be Courtney Hankenhoff. Hankenhoff 1-2 on the season. 26 strikeouts, just 6 walks, only 20 hits allowed in her 16 and 2/3 innings pitched. She surrendered 22 runs. 14 of those have been earned. We talked about it, that Greenwood has had some success at the top of their order hitting-wise. They've struggled in the bottom half of the order, and they've also struggled to field the softball this season. They have 26 errors thus far through 6 games. That's not going to win you very many ball clubs. They've surrendered 47 runs. Only 28 of those have been earned. 2-2 now the count. Maddox will get a look at the rest of the infield for the Woodmen.
First base, it's number 16, Caitlin Berger. Second base, number 3, Sophie Markowitz. As that pitch is hit into right field, it will be dropped. And Holly Gallion will get to first base.
We just talked about that example there. The right fielder, Haley Hendricks, could not come up with it, so the Artesians on.
Now batting the right fielder.
For the right fielder,
Ennis.
Ava Ennis.
At shortstop, we have number 5, Taylor Dick for the Woodmen. At third, it's number 1, Emma Chisholm. And the outfield from left to right, 14, Brianna Pierce, 24, Nevaeh Elliott, and number 2, Haley Hendricks, with number 15, Nikki Wheatley behind the plate.
Ennis trying to get the bunt down. The freshman trying to move the runner up 60 feet. One sacrifice bunt on the season. Ennis, 250 on the campaign. It's a little bit of a switch late for head coach Caleb Rittenwith, who was going to be in the lineup. Bunt right back to the pitcher, Hankenhoff, on to first base and does her job. So the sacrifice bunt by Ennis, she's retired, 1-3, but like we said, she does her job, and that moves Holly Gallion up to second base.
Plate number 16, Carson Pruitt.
Bring up the senior Carson Pruitt for the Artesians, the designated player, 286 on the campaign, 3 home runs. That leads the team. She hit one last night at Greenwood. Also had the game-winning home run over Franklin Central. Or excuse me, over Mooresville. A little bit tardy on that swing. 9 RBIs, 4 runs.
One and one the count now for Carson Pruitt. Holly Gallion on second base.
Gallion reaching on that air by the right fielder. Maddox kind of alluded to the Artesians' busy schedule as we opened up the contest here after the national anthem played in Martinsville, playing their 9th game in 9 days. They'll have another game on Friday night, as that one is roped into the gap in right center field. Coming across to score from second is Holly Gallion, and Carson Pruitt has her 10th RBI on the season.
The pitcher, Addison Massey Deckard.
And the Artesians have tied it up at 1 apiece.
That was a great spot for Carson Pruitt, nailing it right behind and to the left of the right fielder for the Woodmen. She gets to second base. First pitch is a ball for Addison Massey Deckard.
Mentioned the Franklin Central game, and Martinsville won that in extra innings in the opener of that Lady Brave bash. They came back and bashed West Vigo in the second game, and then fell to Sullivan. Sullivan ranked 15th in Class 2A, and then the Artesians fell to the 13th ranked team in Class 4A in the final game of the Lady Braves bash, the Castle Knights. And we mentioned Martinsville beating Mooresville in the second game of the season. It was Carson Pruitt with the game-winning home run in that one in extra frames. Mooresville ranked 12th in the state, and to top things off, like Maddox told you, the Artesians also battled Center Grove this week on Monday, and the Trojans check in at number 2 in the state. So the schedule, a tough one. It always is in mid-state conference play with some ranked teams, especially in the past several years, the Mooresville Pioneers. But the Artesians do not shy away from competition. A lot of great softball teams in central Indiana. And then you go over to the Miss America Softball Complex for that annual Lady Brave Bash. And you play good teams as well. In foul territory, that's Haley Hendricks. She squeezes it, but it does allow Carson Pruitt to tag up and move to third base. So she's just 60 feet away, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
Chloe Huff.
Next up for the Artesians, it's the third baseman, number 14, Chloe Huff. Chloe Huff, .231 batting average this season. She has 4 RBIs as that one gets past the shortstop. She'll be in there for a base hit.
Make that 5 RBIs now, Maddox, as she just knocks it in, and that's good for the Artesians. Chloe in the circle last night, the win for the Artesians, and she'll start at third base today, but she'll help her fellow pitcher out with a RBI single right back up the middle. And Martinsville now up 2-1, and Pacey Lewis will stroll to the plate for the Artesians.
She will get hit on the shoulder there, advancing Chloe Huff to second. Runners on first and second now for the Artesians, as Elena Lambert, the first baseman, comes to the plate.
The first baseman, Elena Lambert.
Elena Lambert, .474 batting average this season. 3 doubles for Lambert and 3 RBIs.
First pitch in from Hankenhoff for a strike. Now, Hankenhoff pitched last night. She went an inning and 2/3, a strikeout, 3 walks, 5 hits, allowed 7 runs, 6 of those earned, and Martinsville trying to get to her here early in this one. Runners on first and second. Lambert at .474, like Maddox told you, and is the leading hitter on the team when you kind of break down who's had the most plate appearances. Ave Scholl, actually 556, but just 11 plate appearance isn't just on cue. Elena Lambert, the junior, rips it down the third base line. Hustling into third is Pacey Lewis. And if the youngsters are watching, you slide into third base just like Pacey did. hold on if you slide past it, and starting next year, the girls will have to get really used to that because they're putting turf in here, and the sliding on the turf just a little bit different than sliding on the dirt. But the hook slide that time by Pacey Lewis into third base. She's at third. Chloe Huff or actually it was Chloe Huff, we should say, that got to third base that time. Pacey came around to score, so I'll get this straight. Actually, Huff comes around to score. Pacey is at third. I was right ahead of myself a little bit. 3-1, though, the Artesians out in front over the Greenwood Woodmen.
The right fielder, Aubrey Shepard, fouls that one off. 0-1 the count for her.
The Artesians surrender 1 run on a couple of base hits in the top of the first, but they have answered back with 3 runs here in the bottom half. Holly Gallion led off with an air to right field, reaching on an air to right. You had a double by Carson Pruitt. Chloe Huff with an RBI single, and then Elena Lambert with an RBI single as well. She advanced to second on the throw, so runners on second and third for the Artesians. Pacey Lewis, the runner at third. Elena Lambert, the runner at second. Pitch in for a strike to Aubrey Shepard, the sophomore, 238, a double, 3 knocked in. 6 runs scored. I jumped ahead because Maddox was getting ready to do that, but that's all right.
I was.
That's good. It's the learning curve. That pitch
Deep
lifted
shot to
in
center field.
to center field, up against the fence. About hit our camera up there, Maddox. You guys ask if it's been hit. Well, it just about did.
Great shot there by Aubrey Shepard. As we said, almost hitting our camera. Off the fence in center field. Gives her a double. And gives her 4 RBIs on the year.
We'll put her another one up there, too. I think she drove in 2 that time as Elena Lambert and Pacey Lewis both come across. Clears the bases. And Ava Pemberton will step to the plate. A.J. Harmon up here spinning the tunes for the walk-up songs. Checking the Snapchat and all that good stuff. He's got to be careful with that. Pemberton up for the Artesians. Hey, a great answer, Maddox. They gave up 1 in that top of the first inning. Not bad to put a 5 spot on the board here in the bottom half.
Ava Pemberton knocks one up to the shortstop, Taylor Dick. She will catch that for the 3rd out of the inning.
But not before the Artesians strike for 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. They do it on 4 base hits and 1 Greenwood error. We'll go to the top of the second. Martinsville out in front, 5-1.
Don't do that.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here at Roden Field, Artesians up 5-1 Due up for the Woodmen, 7, 8, and 9, Nevaeh Elliott, Nikki Wheatley, and Isabella Blythe.
0-1 the count. Athletic Director Kip Staggs just making an appearance up here. See if we got the baseball game underway yet, or is it?
Finally got started. Yes, we're rolling down there.
Rolling down at the baseball field. Just a beautiful day for athletics to take place here at Martinsville High School. Couldn't ask for a better day. Wind blowing out at Roden Field. And Martinsville leading here 5-1 in the top of the second frame.
He's not okay with the installation cost.
That's a nice pitch that time on the inside half by Addison Massey Deckard. And this is a young Artesian lineup. We talked with head coach Caleb Britton this week, and they have a lot of players returning, but still a young ball club. 4 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and they're going to see a lot of playing time this year. She thinks as they get further and deeper into the season, the more comfortable those girls are going to get, and feels by the time it rolls around for sectional that this is going to be a pretty tough lineup that she'll be able to roll out there every night. Pitch fouled back that time by the center fielder, Nevaeh Elliott.
Nevaeh Elliott, 273 batting average this year, 1 RBI, and 1 home run.
Ground ball. Deckard on to first. 1 away here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting the catcher, Nikki Wheatley.
Nikki Wheatley up to bat now. The catcher, number 15. Once again, right back to the pitcher, Addison Massey Deckard. Throws her out at first. 2 outs for the Artesians now.
Number 23, Isabella Blythe.
The designated player, Isabella Blythe, number 23, up to bat now.
And that is a quick inning as Blythe grounds out to Chloe Huff. The Woodmen go down in order in the top of the second inning. We'll head to the bottom half. Martinsville out in front, 5-1.
Top of the order.
Back here at Roden Field, due up for the Artesians, 1, 2, and 3. Holly Gallion at the plate right now. 1-0 the count. Holly Gallion last time at bat hit a single and touched all the bases, scoring a run last inning.
Ava Ennis and Carson Pruitt also due up for the Artesians this inning. See how the official scorer scores that first at bat by Holly Gallion. Pitch fouled back.
And these foul balls look like they're coming right at us. Scared me twice in a row now.
Didn't I have that conversation with you guys on Friday?
You did. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was lucky there's a window and a cage right in front of us. Still get your heart racing, though.
I was watching a Big Ten game the other day, and the announcer, it was at IU, and there were some people behind the plate at IU, and there's obviously a fence right there, a net, and the ball went back, and one of the guys is diving for cover, and so the announcers were making fun of him because he was diving for cover, and, like, obviously nothing's going to happen. Speaking of nothing happening, that's right back up the middle by Holly Gallion. That's a solid single, and we'll for sure score that, a base hit for Holly Gallion, and it'll bring up Ava Ennis.
Ava Ennis.
Now, Ennis reached with a sacrifice bunt her first time up. See Neil Smith, the first base coach. Neil, former baseball and basketball player for the Artesians, back now coaching first base.
And this will foul that one down the third base line.
Ennis, with the Prospects helmet on, the travel ball team she's playing for, will step in from the left side.
Holly Gallion will successfully steal second base.
Her 8th stolen base on the season for the Artesians. I'm not sure what the count is. The ump checks it. I believe it's 0-2. A little bit outside as it looked like Hankenhoff trying to go with the screwball that time. I meant to ask Coach Staggs when he was up here if that was indeed Billy Geiersbach behind home plate, but I can't really tell. Billy, a former baseball player here at the Artesians, a very good softball ump as well.
Perfect placement there by Ava Ennis, as she will get to second, sending Holly Gallion to third.
So it'll be a single by Ennis. She'll advance on the throw. And what heads-up base running by Holly Gallion. The third baseman went out to try to field that, and so did the shortstop. Nobody covered third, so Holly rounds third, picks up the coach, Kayla Britton, who says, get here to third base, and she does. Runners on second and third now for the Artesians, and Carson Pruitt due up.
Carson Pruitt hit a double last time she was up. Hit it over the right fielder's head. 1-0 the count for her.
Pruitt found that gap in right center field, her first at-bat, and she's got an opportunity here. Leads the team in RBIs now with 10, and a chance to drive in a couple more here. Hankenhoff inside. 1-1 now the count. Pruitt came in 286. That average will be pushing the 300 mark now after that double in the first inning. Pitch again, just missing inside. 2-1 the count. 5-1, Artesians lead it. Greenwood strikes for 1 run in the top of the first inning. They had back-to-back singles to lead off, and then got a run across on a wild pitch, but Martinsville, they answered back in the bottom half with 5 runs. Taking off maybe a little bit, trying with a rise ball that time. Martinsville laying off of it. I think it's 3-1 the count if our tech director, Bo Dilley, is correct with his count. And that one driven into left field over the left fielder's head. That'll score at least 1. And hey, what do you say? Carson Pruitt, her second double of the day.
Carson Pruitt now 12 RBIs with that double, sending Holly Galliot and Ava Ennis home.
Not a bad day thus far for the senior Carson Pruitt, the designated player. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, and 3 knocked in. And Martinsville now leading it 7-1, and we'll have a meeting out on the mound with the head coach, Natalie Raker. Well, Maddox, we were trying to get a email response from their head coach, and we were emailing former head coach Greg Norwood.
Former head coach?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's why
Right.
we didn't get it. Now, that wasn't your fault because as I asked their head coach, she's like, yeah, I know they haven't changed it on the website yet.
Uh-huh.
So the kids usually email the coaches ahead of time and have conversations, try to find out a little bit about the team, and we sent a couple of emails back, and maybe that's why he sent the blank email response
Yeah, I feel
back.
like an idiot now.
Well, no, I would say you're good. But you would think that maybe he would have responded back with, I'm not the coach anymore.
Right.
Not just a
Blank email. I was very confused when that came back.
So we're all right. If he's working, we're giving you a hard time, Coach Norwood, who's been a staple there in Greenwood. His daughters play. He started travel organization up there in the Greenwood area that's really benefited a lot of girls, and now kind of turned over the reins to Natalie Raker. They've been co-coaches the past couple of years, and so Raker now back as a full-time. But I'm just giving Maddox a little bit of a hard time. That really wasn't meant to embarrass you, Maddox, but I could see as soon as I started talking about it, the face got red a little bit, but that's okay. What's not embarrassing thus far is the Artesians' score here, 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching the camera work going on here by Luke Cheatham behind home plate, and your brother is tech directing right now. We'll give him a little bit of a hard time. I don't know if he's paying attention or if he's eating his Wendy's. Oh. He's done a good job of keeping us up to date with balls and strikes, but
0-1 to count now for the pitcher, Addison Massey-Deckard. The Woodmen have now brought in number 5, Taylor Dick, from third base to pitch. Now Addison Massey-Deckard drives one into right field. It will be caught for the Woodmen's first out. That hit, though, by Addison Massey-Deckard sends Carson Pruitt to third base.
One away now. We'll kind of get the stats here on Taylor Dick. She pitched last night as well for Greenwood. She went 5 1/3 innings, struck out 7, walked 2, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs. 4 of those were earned for the Woodmen, and on the season for Taylor Dick.
Chloe Huff, the third baseman, hits it to the second baseman. The shortstop there not able to catch the ball. Carson Pruitt gets home, and Chloe Huff gets to first.
That's one of the things that Coach Britton had talked about that had hurt Greenwood thus far this season, has been their inability to make some plays in the field, and that's an example of it. I'm not sure how that they will score that. That was a pop fly that probably should have been caught, but I'm not sure how they'll eventually score it. But it's a new shortstop in. Dick usually playing the shortstop spot, and I'm trying to look to see the number there who's out at second base. Is that is that Hankenhoff, the
I believe
pitcher?
that is Courtney Hankenhoff.
Yeah, so they just kind of flip-flopped where it was, but she couldn't make the play. So instead of there being 2 outs and nobody on, 1 out, runner on first base. And a run comes across in Carson Pruitt. So costly there, because that run probably does not score if she squeezes it. But those are things that Greenwood will hope to get corrected as the season progresses, as the Artesians have struck for 3 more runs here in the bottom of the second inning.
1-1 the count now for the second baseman, number 5, Pacey Lewis. She will get hit by that pitch again. She did get hit by the pitch last at bat. Chloe Huff will go to second. Runners on first and second for the Artesians.
That is a tough way to earn a living, getting on first base by getting hit by the pitches. And Pacey coming in had only been hit once. Well, she's doubled that output in her first 2 at-bats. And
I believe it was in the same spot. It was like that left shoulder that got hit for Pacey Lewis. That's probably going to be pretty sore tomorrow.
it does not feel good. And if you've ever wondered, like, comparison in terms of how hard do some of those girls throw and what is it, how does it hurt and those kind of things, it's
Hard hit ball by Elena Lambert. We'll get at least 1 RBI. Make that 2 RBIs and a double for the first baseman, Elena Lambert.
she knocks in 2 with that 2-run double, and Martinsville continuing to put on runs, but getting hit by a softball does not feel good. If you've ever watched the Sports Science on ESPN, they did a segment several years ago where they had a baseball pitcher throw and they had a softball pitcher throw from their distances and things that they would normally throw from. So 60 feet 6 inches for baseball, the 43 feet for softball. That pitch gets around and allow Elena Lambert to go, and the baseball pitcher threw, and they recorded pounds per square inch on a strike plate, and it recorded X amount of pounds per square inch. It's not really relevant. What's relevant is when Jenny Finch got up to throw the softball, she broke the strike plate with the softball.
Wow.
So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what that kind of force that softball is carrying, and I'm sure Pacey Lewis is going to be feeling it here tonight as she's been hit twice.
And the distance from the pitcher's mound to home plate is a lot shorter for softball than baseball, so that ball doesn't have a lot of time to slow down.
Yep.
So it's
got some pop to it, and Pacey Lewis said, if you don't believe us, ask her. But she has scored twice, so I'm sure she would trade the hit by pitch for the runs like she has done. And Martinsville has been fantastic here offensively. Coach Britton commented that they were fantastic last night with 13 runs on 11 hits, and they're continuing that trend here tonight against the Greenwood Woodmen. 5 runs in the bottom of the first, 5 more here in the bottom of the second. In this Mid-State Conference matchup, Martinsville 2-1 coming in Mid-State play. They split with Mooresville to open up the season. Kind of got blown out in their first game against Mooresville, and it is a hitter's day for the Artesians. Like we said, a fantastic day for softball, and Martinsville making the most of it as Aubrey Shepard with another double. That's 3 doubles this inning for the Artesians.
And that hit by Aubrey Shepard, hard hit ball into center field. Center fielder bobbled it a little bit, so maybe that should have been a single for Aubrey Shepard, but she does get to second. Once again, the Woodmen sort of struggling to field the ball.
Yep, they may score that as a single. You are correct, Maddox.
Ava Pemberton hits the ball into short right field, and she will get to second as the Woodmen try to get out Aubrey Shepard, who is now on third base.
Yeah, so that definitely will be a single that time. The runner advancing to second on the throw down to third base to get Aubrey Shepard back. And again, perfect if you're watching. If you're a youngster watching, I know there are a lot of youngsters that play. If you're watching how she ran around third base, perfect come halfway home. Kind of assess the situation, keep your ears open, listen to the coach, and then make the play.
Holly Gallion will be out on that pop-up to the shortstop.
Hankenhoff kind of battling the sun out there. There's no clouds in the sky, so she squeezes it. That's out number 2 as we're hitter number 10 here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll have to make an adjustment to our scorecards here. Scribble out that third inning in that column and put a 2 there. We'll have to make those adjustments as we go. Hopefully Martinsville can keep this trend going and maybe we can end this one a little bit early. Six runs across for the Artesians here.
2-0 the count now for Ava Ennis, the right fielder.
Ennis 1 for 1 officially. A sacrifice bunt in the first inning when Martinsville was able to get those 5 runs, and then she singled here in the second.
Ava Ennis at the plate, not fully swinging the bat, like as she wants to hit it as hard as she can. She's really just trying to pop it over the infielder's head like she did last at-bat and get those runners on second and third home, giving her 2 RBIs for that at-bat.
Kind of slapping. You can see her kind of walking up there on the side, and slappers in the game of softball at a premium, like Maddox says. They kind of just loft that if they can up over top of the corners on the field. Some slappers as well will pound the ball down in the ground to get a high hop so they can beat the hop out to first base. And you can see a nice, easy swing by Pemberton, just guides it where she wants to go, and an infield single for her, and another run comes across. But that's a perfect example of what she's trying to do. Some you'll see them run up as the pitch is delivered, and they try to pull up. At that time, she's just kind of trying to guide the ball to where the fielders aren't.
Exactly.
Use her speed. She's from the left side. She's a little bit closer, get to first base, and she did that once again. Carson Pruitt looking to do some more damage here. She 2 for 2 for Carson. 3 knocked in. A good, healthy swing that time. And you see the girls, they kind of check the wristbands now, and that's the trend in softball and baseball as well. Inside-out swing by Pruitt. Will it get down? Nice play in right field by Haley Hendricks to rob Pruitt. And that will end the bottom of the second inning, but not before the Artesians strike for 7 runs, Maddox. They do it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base hits. We'll head to the top of the third. Martinsville out in front, 12-1.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back here to Roden Field. It's been a minute since the Woodmen have been to the plate. Due up 1, 2, and 3, Courtney Hankenhoff, Sophie Markowitz, and Taylor Dick. Last time the Woodmen were at the plate, it was a 1, 2, 3 inning. 3 outs, back to back to back. Courtney Hagenhoff the hit to right field. It will be caught by Ava Ennis.
Just happened to check down and look at the camera work out there.
Number 3,
Luke Cheatham
Sophie
looks like he's doing a
Markowitz.
pretty good job behind home plate. Can I get a verification from Bo Dilly? Is Luke doing a good job behind home plate? He's doing all right. That's what his buddy Bo says. I may have just gotten lucky he caught it. Pitch inside, 1-0 the count. It's the top of the Woodman order that is dangerous coming in. Hankenhoff and Markowitz singled in the first inning, and Taylor Dick grounded out to the pitcher, hard hit. Chisholm walked, and then the strikeout by Hendricks. But it's that top of the order that has some pop in their bat. But beyond that, Greenwood has struggled this year.
Count is 3-0 for the second baseman, number 3, Sophie Markowitz. Markowitz, 304 batting average as she grounds one to the second baseman. She will be safe at first as Elena Lambert barely drops the ball there.
Depends on who's scoring that, whether they're going to call the error on third baseman or the error on the second baseman. Regardless, it's an error for the Artesians. So let's see if the Artesians can not allow Greenwood to take advantage, as there's one on and one out in the top of the third frame for the pitcher now, Taylor Dick.
Taylor Dick, the senior, 476 batting average on the year. She has 2 doubles on the year and 3 RBIs as she will hit a ground ball to third and she will be out at first.
That's a nice play there by Chloe Huff. She had to charge hard at the corner at third base, came up, gloved it, and a good throw on to Elena Lambert. Last time Lambert couldn't squeeze the throw from Lewis. That time, though, she did. The first base umpire waited and waited, checked the mitt, saw that Lambert held on to it, and that'll go down as a 5-3 for the second out here in the top of the third frame. So nice work that time by Huff to field it, and an even better job by Lambert to glove it. And speaking of a good job, Ava Ennis catches that in foul territory. The Woodmen get a runner on via an error. She is left stranded. Quick work by the Artesians in the top of the third. We'll head to the bottom half. Martinsville cruising 12-1.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolfert, president of the IHSAA Foundation. Lots of high school athletes here in Indiana have gone on to become collegiate All-Americans. A few of them have even turned pro. But participating in high school sports has helped virtually every high school athlete become a good American. That's because playing high school sports teaches life lessons like the importance of persistence, teamwork, tenacity, preparation, and hard work. The IHSAA Foundation was created to help high school administrators and coaches become more effective role models and teachers, emphasizing values that will help their players become better athletes, better representatives of their community, and better Americans. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Seven runs and 12 batters to the plate. Addison Massey Deckard up now. Last 2 times she was at bat, she popped out to the right fielder.
In case we missed something, we've got our PA announcer, Larry Craigie, also keeping score, so I heard that down there. You got A.J. Harmon up here. It's a full house up here, Maddox, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's how I know what to say.
I mean,
I
you
heard
listen to
him just
Mr.
outside
Craigie
my
say
mic.
it. That's a good thing. I was going to hit you if it was wrong. and to say don't listen to him. But he was right, so I was hoping that you would pick it up and go from there. So that was good. If you don't know what's going on, listen to Mr. Craigie. It'll all add up.
There's people who would argue with you.
Is he your algebra teacher?
He is my algebra
All right.
teacher.
He should give you some extra credit points
He should.
because you used what he was telling you.
That's right.
I think that's good.
Hazard pay.
Ooh. That foul ball into the stands behind home plate. Hopefully nobody was injured.
Jace down there, our camera person, kind of flinched a little bit, and probably a good thing it didn't hit him. He had his phone in his hand, so he may have dropped his phone if it had hit him. It's amazing the multitasking ability of you youngsters these days. That pitch hit straight back. Did you flinch again?
I did. I flinch every single time it's a foul ball.
It was like open
It
window,
wasn't-
brother. It was going towards your brother.
right. It wasn't even coming towards me all that much, but I'm aware there's metal in front of me and a glass window. Addison Massey Deckard hits a ground ball to shortstop. She will be out at first.
So one away now.
Next up to bat, the third baseman, number 14, senior Chloe Huff. Huff, last 2 times she was at the plate, it was a single, and she touched all the bases, scored both times.
And we're still trying to get an official score, whether that was an error or not. Did it work okay? Awesome. Had to lend a key to some of the pub students so they could go out and unlock a gate to take pictures at the baseball game. And we'll get a check here in a moment on what that score is. A.J. Harmon will run that down for us, I'm sure, and let us know what the score is in the baseball game. I'm guessing Kevin Reed on the hill for the Artesians. And, we're here at the softball, and it's been a great success. But, boy, what a start of the season for the southpaw Kevin Reed. He's gone 6 1/3 innings and has struck out 15 people. 15. He's only faced 19. He struck out 15 of them. That's not bad for the UE-bound Kevin
impressive.
Reed. And dude brings gas, too. Throws hard. Low 90s. So we'll get an update here momentarily as the Artesians playing.
God. That one came right at me. You can't.
You'll get used to it. And we're giving Maddox a hard time because we may or may not have had this conversation on Friday as we were up here going over things about how you're going to freak out about the ball coming back at you. But
You were
notice
right.
there is a not only a fence but also a piece of glass here. But he'll
That
get
was
used
coming
to it.
right for me.
It
You can't
was
blame me on that
one was coming right for you.
2-2 the count now for Chloe Huff.
It's been a big game for the Artesians thus far. 5 runs in the bottom of the first, 7 in the bottom of the second, and then now a strikeout by Taylor Dick. They get Chloe Huff looking for the second out of the inning.
Your second baseman, number 5, Pacey Lewis.
Pacey Lewis at the plate now, the second baseman. She will hit a gap between the third and shortstop. She will get to first.
And Pacey probably feels fortunate has an opportunity to actually hit the ball
Number 12,
rather than being
Leila
hit by the ball.
Yeah.
Her first 2 times up, she took one in the side. Did score both times, so the epitome of taking one for the team. This time, though, Pacey pounds it into the ground hard past the shortstop.
Pacey Lewis will steal second base after that ball thrown by Taylor Dick. Excuse me, strike thrown by Taylor Dick.
Our first stolen base of the season officially for Pacey Lewis. Elena Lambert, 2 for 2 on the game, rips that one just foul. So she's down in a count 0-2. Lambert, who essentially leads the team in batting average with those who've had a ton of plate appearances at 474 coming in, has done nothing to hurt that in this one. She's had a single and a double, a couple of RBIs, swung at that opening rise ball, and then nearly ripped that one down the third baseline. The changeup that time by Taylor Dick hanging on the outside corner, and Lambert just watches it float outside. 1-2 now the count. It was a really nice swing that time by Lambert.
Yeah,
compact.
Right. If it was a bit later, that would be a double at least for Elena Lambert. She fouls that one off. 1-2 the count still.
Dick trying to work inside, and that's what they'll tell those softball players when that pitch is inside. Get out a little bit early, but when you do that, sometimes you're going to pull it foul. They want you to kind of wait just a tick longer on the pitches outside so you can drive it down the right field line. Lift it up into left field. Left fielder will squeeze it to retire the side. The Artesians get a base hit by Pacey Lewis, and they'll do something this inning that they have not done in the prior two, and that is not score any runs. The Woodmen limit the Artesians here in the bottom of the third. We go to the top of the fourth, though. Martinsville still in command, 12-1.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Don't do that.
Maddox will take over here and get a set.
Due up for the women 5, 6, and 7. Haley Hendricks at the plate. First pitch is a ball.
Anybody need any waters? I'll take water. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Last time Hendricks was at the plate, she did strike out.
He'll take one down there.
Okay.
Jace will. But tell him to get off his phone. Ask and you shall receive. So we had a camera person wanting water, and we fortunately had, we got a water coming our way. Maddox was smart and brought his own.
Yes, I was.
And we asked for a baseball score, and Coach Kip Staggs comes through 2-0 good guys. So Artesians out in front at the baseball field 2-0. It's been a good day for the Artesians here. Softball out in front, 12-1. 5 in the bottom of the first, 7 in the bottom of the second. The Woodmen got their lone run in the top of the first frame. And Addison Massey-Deckard starting to find her groove a little bit, but Haley Hendricks grooves that one back up the middle. A leadoff single by Greenwood.
The first baseman, Caitlin Berger.
Up now, the first baseman, number 16, Caitlin Berger. Last time she was at the plate, she grounded out to third. We'll see what she can do this time.
Pemberton trying to throw behind the runner at first base, just missing.
Caitlin Berger, 167 batting average this season with 1 RBI and 3 hits.
Foul back.
2-1 the count now for Caitlin Berger.
Or is it flip-flop there? 1-2. I think Bo's wrong. He was asking
All right.
us.
That would make sense.
We'll find out if he tells us what the count is here again. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got hooked up.
Yes, we did.
We just spent $75 in the concession stand. With 86 waters. I know that doesn't add up. I wasn't trying to make it add up. Foul back. I think we're 2-2 now. The count will wait. It may be 1-2 still. See if the blue gives us the count.
Popped up to right field. Ava Ennis with the catch. Haley Hendricks stays at first.
The center fielder, Nevaeh Elliott.
Nevaeh Elliott steps in now, the center fielder. Looking for the gap, and she will find it. Center fielder Jada Montgomery quickly over there, but up with it is Ava Ennis. And that'll be a one-out double by the Woodmen. So they've got something going here in the top of the fourth frame, trailing 12-1. Runners on second and third with just one out.
Number 15, Nikki Wheatley.
The catcher, Nikki Wheatley, number 15, up to bat now. Last time she was at the plate, grounded out to the pitcher, Addison Massey-Deckard. This time she will ground out to the second baseman. But she does get an RBI, sending Haley Hendricks home. And Nevaeh Elliott to third.
So the Woodmen cut that to 12-2 now, so it's right there still at that magical 10-run spot. Don't want to jinx anything. But the mercy rule could come into effect if the Artesians, after the top of the fifth, are up by 10. This game's over. That'd be a good way for Coach Kayla Britton to move to 3-1 in mid-state conference play. Get home a little bit early tonight. Been a long, long stretch. Like we said, this is the 9th game in 9 days. They will play their 10th game in 11 days on Friday against Bloomington North. They only have 28 games all season. But that spring sports season really kind of compact, especially at the very beginning of it, as they try to get that tournament started at the end of May. Nice pitch that time. Massey-Deckard.
2-2 the count now for Isabella Blythe.
We mentioned that Artesian schedule, and they played a tough one thus far. The 2 games against the 12th-ranked team in the state of Indiana. The Mooresville Pioneers to open up their season. They played a strong Franklin Central team, a traditional strong Franklin Central team, not ranked this year, but that was in that first game over at the Lady Brave Bash. Sullivan was ranked 13th in or 15th in 2A, and that'll be a strikeout by Addison Massey Deckard to end it here in the top of the 4th inning. The Woodmen, though, do get 1 run on 2 base hits. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Martinsville still out in front by 10.
I would do that.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here at Roden Field, the Artesians lead 12-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Artesians, 8-9-1. Aubrey Shepard at the plate now. Then it will be Ava Pemberton and Holly Gallion. Aubrey Shepard, last time she was up, actually last 2 times she was up, she hit 2 doubles. Great night for Aubrey Shepard.
Came in with 1 double, now 3. Came in 238 on the campaign as well, and is 2 for 2. And if I can get my calculator out, I could update that real quick. I don't know if I'll have enough time to do that, though. See if we can get that. For Shepard, the sophomore.
Aubrey Shepard will foul that one, making the count 2-1.
304 now on the season for Shepard. Not bad. Raise your batting average 66 points.
Nice.
That's good. I'll tell Mr. Craig you did that. Figured that out. You think he'll give you some? He's looking.
I hope so.
That was Maddox. Mr. Craig, you want to give him some? He's using his math skills. Putting some Algebra 2 skills to the test right now.
Full count now for Aubrey Shepard, the left fielder.
Ava Pemberton on deck, and then back to the top of the order, and Holly Gallion. Whoa. Lifted deep into center field.
Home run, Aubrey Shepard.
And Aubrey Shepard will touch them all with her first home run. Nice, easy swing. The ball jumps off the bat. And the solo shot by Aubrey Shepard. Have yourself a day, Aubrey Shepard. 3 for 3, a home run and 2 doubles. Not bad. And Martinsville now out in front, 13-2.
Ava Pemberton, the catcher, up now, number 2. Last time she was at bat, she hit a double. We'll see what she can do to follow up Aubrey Shepard's home run. She will hit a line drive to the shortstop. First out for the Woodmen.
Number 3, Holly Gallion.
Next up, the shortstop, number 3, Holly Gallion. Last time she was up, she hit a pop fly to the shortstop. But before that, she hit 2 singles. One of the count for Gallion.
Artesians with the solo shot by Aubrey Shepard to lead off this inning, and then the line out by Ava Pemberton. Martinsville 5 runs in the bottom of the first, 7 more in the bottom of the second, held scoreless in the third, and right back at it this inning, and the hit parade continues. Gallion, great speed, rounds first, slides, and pops up into second with another double.
Number 1, Ava Ennis.
That's 6 doubles for the Artesians.
What a night.
And Ava Ennis coming, and it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher coming in for the Woodmen as well to replace Taylor Dick.
Ava Ennis, the right fielder, has done a great job in right field. I think she has 3 outs. Playing very well. She's also had a double and a single, as well as a ground out in the first inning.
Isabella Blythe on to pitch now for the Woodmen, and just a freshman.
Woodman, number 23, Isabella Blythe.
I believe she probably goes by Bella because they have the B here, so I'm going to guess that. Kind of using some secondhand, but get a look here at what her pitching stats are on the season. Well, she's only pitched 2 innings thus far this year. Struck out 3 and allowed 2 hits. Has not walked any and has not allowed any runs. A.J. Harmon's got the music blaring here. I cannot hear myself think. So we're set, quick pitching change, and Ava Ennis back in from the left side.
Ava Ennis showing bunt, as she did in the first inning. She pulls it back, but it will be a strike for Bella Blythe.
That's just sometimes, too, to try to get a feel for the pitch. And Blythe not throwing as hard as the prior 2, so it's just kind of a triggering mechanism right now for Ennis to kind of just delay her swing just a little bit. She pulls back, now gets ready, and fouls it off. Fouled back. Trying to chase some softballs down.
One and 2 the count now for Ennis as we get situated. Runner on second, that'll be Holly Gallion. Foul ball there by Ava Ennis. Looking like she's not fully swinging that bat around again. Just trying to advance the runners. She finds the gap between third and short. She will get a double out of that, sending Holly Gallion to third.
So Gallion moves to third. Ennis with another single over there through the left side, and that'll bring up Carson Pruitt.
Carson Pruitt has had a pretty good night tonight. 2 doubles in the first and second inning, and then she batted again in the second inning, hitting a pop fly to right field. We're going to get a stolen base at second and a stolen base at home for Holly Gallion as the Woodman tried to throw Ava Ennis out at second. Very risky play because there was a runner on third, and Holly Gallion is able to capitalize.
So that was the perfect double steal by the Artesians.
And Holly Gallion now has 9 stolen bases on the year.
And you do it on a changeup. It's a good pitch to run on. It's going to get there slower. So Blythe coming through with the changeup and the big hitter Pruitt. So a good way to start, but heads up base running by the Artesians. You see a lot of teams, especially younger teams, as soon as they see a pitcher throw a changeup that they don't even get a sign, they steal. But the Artesians executing that double steal that time to get another run home. 2 across here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We got 1 out. Three and 1 the count. They really haven't given Carson anything here to hit, and I'm not so sure that's not by design. She looks down again and throws. That time comes straight at Pruitt. Pruitt a little tardy on it. See it down there, the right field side. Good day, Maddox, for the Artesians. 14-2, and we'll head to the top of the 5th inning. When we do that, Martinsville will have an opportunity to end this one early. Knocking on wood if they're winning by 10 after that. Everybody going to go home early and happy and get ready for a game again on.
Carson Pruitt swings on that low pitch. Drop third strike will go as a strikeout in the record book.
Get ready for that game coming up on Friday against Bloomington North. So we'll have that live stream for you as well.
2 outs now for the Woodmen as the pitcher, number 19, Addison Massey-Deckard, up at the plate. Addison has had a pretty good night tonight. Only 2 runs allowed. But when she is at the plate, maybe not so hot. She's gotten out 3 times. 2 pop flies to the right fielder and a ground out to shortstop. She will beat the throw.
So that'll be an infield single by Addison Massey-Deckard, and she was way out in front of that pitch that time and hits it off the end of the bat.
Yep.
I was really surprised that Hankenhoff elected to try to throw Deckard out.
Courtesy runner at first base.
But Ava Ennis stayed there.
Ave Scholl.
Ave Scholl, the courtesy runner at first base for the pitcher, Addison Massey-Deckard. And then your cousin up to bat now, Maya Lewis. I like that helmet. Is that like did Corey paint that? Or
I'm not sure. I have seen that at their house.
The Diamond Dynamics. That's the Diamond Dynamics. So we've got
a cool looking helmet.
I like it. I do. I believe that's a travel ball helmet as well. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was a brand or not. So Maya will step in from the right side.
Maya Lewis, the freshman, also started varsity for girls basketball. Bo and Luke were the commentators for those games.
Takes that pitch on the inside part for strike. Swings through it. 2-2 the count. Bo trying to help her out, his cousin out there with the 3-1 count, but it's actually 2-2, and we aren't the official count. Popped up on the infield. Hankenhoff will glove it to retire the side. The Artesians, though, get a couple of runs. The big shot, a leadoff home run by Aubrey Shepard. Martinsville heads to the top of the 5th. They're looking to close it out early. They lead Greenwood 14-2.
Welcome back here to Roden Field. It's been a quiet night for the Woodmen. Last time they saw the plate, it was a single by Haley Hendricks. She touched all the bases and got home. Then it was a pop-up to right field by Caitlin Berger. Then a double by Nevaeh Elliott. A ground out to second by Nikki Wheatley. And a strikeout from Isabella Blythe.
Not sure what's going on here. Is there, I don't know, they're getting a new bat, something taken care of, some armor gear on. I don't know. The one thing I do know is I can clearly see that is not Billy Geiersbach behind home plate. Has been bothering me the whole game, but Billy does a great job, a former Artesian player. Generally, though, umpiring, the last that I had checked and talked with him, he's umpiring some college softball, so he's doing a great job. And that
hard hit
pitch
ball
is
home
gone.
run.
I don't know what she did, but I think the rest of the Greenwood Woodmen are heading over to where she did it, because as soon as she went over here to the side, I don't know if she got a new bat. I don't know what she did, but it results in a solo home run. And Courtney Hangenhoff, 2 for 3 on the day, and all of a sudden it's 14-3.
The next batter, number 3.
Hangenhoff with
Sophie
her
Markowitz.
second home run of the season, and we'll bring up second baseman Sophie Markowitz.
Last time Markowitz saw the plate, it was a single. And in the first inning, she also hit a single. Has not scored a run yet.
Young pitchers working through this stuff. It's just trying to work through it. I'm sure that's something that Coach Britton will talk about. And these girls have played a lot of softball, travel softball as well. But you give up that home run, you just got to realize you just come out, pitch to the next person, let things happen how they are. You still got a great opportunity to end this thing early. And, that one run just put them within 11. I mean, you got to kind of put things into perspective, settle down. She does that right there, gets the ground out, and now one away for Taylor Dick.
Taylor Dick, 476 batting average. She will ground out to second, like Sophie Markowitz.
And now we are
Number 31.
1 out away from ending this bad boy early. Emma Chisholm, the third baseman, will come up.
Last time Emma was up, she had a pop fly to the right fielder. And then she got walked in the first inning. See what she does here.
Addison Massey Decker trying to pick up her first win of the season. Has been good thus far. Giving up 5 hits. One walk. 1 strikeout. Just 3 runs. Nobody on 2 outs. 14-3 the score. Courtney Hankenhoff led off this inning with a bomb to left center field. Deckard pops the mid on the outside part of the plate, runs it to 3-0 now. Deckard. Massey Deckard with a pitch in for a strike. 3-1. Girls back in action on Thursday, or Friday, we should say. They will battle Bloomington North. We'll have that game live streamed for you as well. Oh, right back up the middle. Greenwood still alive with 2 outs.
Number 22, Avery Crescent.
Pinch hitter now. Avery Krasig. Krasig swings over the first. The junior. Decker just work at her, and let's see if we can get out of this inning. Tardy on that pitch, 0-2 the count. She'll get the pitch here, the signal. The girls will check the wristbands. They'll get it signaled in. What it is, let's go with something high and hard and get out of this one here. She's going to go outside. Foul back.
0-2 the count now. Still for Avery Krasig. One more strike. We'll be going home early.
There it is. Didn't offer at it. Left it high. 1-2 now the count. Love to see Massey Decker just bear down here, get a strikeout in this one. It'd be a great way to put a capper on her first victory of the season. Here we are, 1-2. Right back to her. And that will do it, Maddox. The Artesians 14-3 winners here over the Lady Woodmen. Fantastic contest here tonight. 5 runs by Martinsville in the bottom of the first, 7 in the second, and then 2 more in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lots of doubles, a solo home run by Aubrey Shepard, and a fantastic pitching performance by Addison Massey Deckard. Martinsville above 500, 5-4, 3-1 in Mid-State Conference play. The Woodmen dropped to 2-5 on the season as the Artesians get the win 14-3, the final. This has been a student production of WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, IHSA TV, as well. Students in the broadcasting program at Martinsville High School responsible for producing this one here. Jace Malin and Luke Frank Cheatham running cameras tonight. Bo Dilley produced it for those students, along with my broadcast partner, Maddox Dilley. I'm Eric Meyer. So long, everyone, from Roden Field. Martinsville goes home happy. 14-3, the final.